Hi, this is P5, Chapter 5, Percentage, Question 10. The figure below shows an irregular five-sided figure and a square. The area of the five-sided figure was 3 times the area of the square. After the shaded part was removed, the area of the remaining square became 15% of the total remaining area of both figures. So if the area of the shaded part is 45 cm square, find the remaining area of the five-sided figure. Alright. So this is we're gonna read it for the second time. So they have an irregular five-sided figure and a square, as what we see in this diagram here. The area of five-sided figure is 3 times of the area of the square. Okay, after the shaded is removed, which is this part, okay, they remove this part, the area of the remaining square became 15% of the total remaining area. If I were to change this, area of this square, they are referring to this the area of the remaining square, which is this. Okay, I just gonna highlight a little bit. Okay, this area of the remaining square became 15%, which is this 15% of the total of the remaining both figure, which is the square plus this one. Okay, this one, not the shaded area. Okay, the remaining is the green plus the square itself. If the area of the shaded part is 45, right, so the area of the shaded here is 45, which is the yellow. Okay, so we're gonna take note of this later. Then find the remaining area of the five-sided figure, which is all of this. Okay, this shaded figure. Okay, so how do we do? We're going to insert the information that they give us on the figure itself. So they mention that now the area of the five shaded figure is 3 times. Okay, this is just for us to take note. 3 times then the square. Okay, like that. So this is the area. Then they mention about the shaded is removed, as they mentioned. It become 15%. This is 15% of the total of both, means this plus this. Okay, if the shaded area of the the remaining area of the square is only 15, and of the total remaining area will be 100 minus 15, it will be 85%. Alright, and they tell us that this shaded area is 45 cm square. Alright, find the remaining area of the five-sided figure, this one. Okay, the one that we strike here. Alright, so if you were to do, let's do this in the ratio method. Okay, so you have the unshaded square. Okay, the common must be the center, which is the shaded area, so you're going to put it as S. Then we have the unshaded of the five-sided figure. Okay, alright, we know unshaded square, as they mentioned, is 15%, so we're going to write 15% here. Okay, and they mention that after the shaded is being removed, so we don't, is excluding this shaded area. So these two, when we add together, it become 15 unit for this. So therefore the both unshaded area is 85%. So when this both unshaded area is 85%, therefore from here we would take 85 minus 15. The unshaded area for the 5-sided figure will be 70%. Alright, then we're gonna just roughly put this 45 cm square, just an additional info here for us to see. Okay, they asked to find the remaining area of the 5-sided figure, which is this part, the 70%. That is the question mark. Okay, this whole thing when we add together will give us 100%. So therefore the shaded area will be, in terms of percentage, we can take it as 100%, we minus 15%, we minus 70%, sorry. That will give us 15%. So this is 15%. Okay, we need to reduce this, or we need not need to, this fine. Okay, so from here, what's the equivalent that we can see? We can see since they asked to find in terms of area, the equivalent that we can definitely see is this part. Okay, so this will be 15% is equivalent to 45 cm square. They asked to find the 70%, so we put a 70% here and we cross multiply. Sorry, maybe I write this better for you. So it becomes 45 divide 15 multiply 70. This will give us 210 cm square. Right? Sorry, sometimes the okay. Alright, so I hope this video, the steps are simple enough for you to understand and follow. I'll see you in the next video.